Welcome to another episode of the Epic Family Road Trip.
In last week's episode of the Epic Family Road Trip, we left Northern Rockies Lodge on Muncho Lake to continue on our journey back to southern British Columbia along the Alaska Highway. We took a break from the paved highway to explore an alpine back road up Nanda Peak and saw the northern lights for the first time over our camp in the wilderness, which was an experience we will never forget. We then drove through the beautiful autumn colors to Jasper National Park.
Alright, in last week's video, we ended up spending the night here in Jasper, and then we drove all the way through Jasper down to Banff, and this is called the Icefields Parkway, one of the most beautiful drives on the planet.
Yeah, we drove all the way from kind of northern Alberta down to Jasper, and this is not a provincial park, this is a national park, and it is a gorgeous place. We forgot it was Friday and all the campgrounds are full, but we're in the overflow parking, and we have a little place to plug in and charge up all our batteries. We've been moving so fast we haven't had time to leave out the solar panels, so that's nice, but man, this place is gorgeous.
Before driving the world-famous Icefield Parkway, we headed to Jasper Village to get a delicious beaver tail for the road. We've been lucky enough to have driven the Icefields Parkway quite a few times over the years, and during all different seasons and conditions. No matter how many times we drive through these spectacular mountains and vast wilderness areas, we are always blown away and humbled by the grandeur of this incredible place. This time, we drove through the beautiful fall colors that amplified the beauty all around us, with the vibrant yellow trees along the towering mountainsides, vibrant blue lakes, and glacial rivers.
And then we took this road all the way through the Kootenay National Park back to Radium Hot Springs, and we headed up into the mountains to find a camp spot and spend some time relaxing and having Thanksgiving dinner. So as soon as we got to Radium Hot Springs, we went down and picked up the motorhome out of storage. Our intention, as you know, was we brought it from Ontario to BC to put it on the market and sell it. But with all the uncertainty around the border still being closed, and it looks like there's no end in sight, at least for the winter, we decided to take the RV out of storage on the east side of BC and bring it across to the island where the temperatures are at least a little bit warmer. You know, we've been rooftop tenting as a family for many years now, and what we do is follow the warm weather, and typically this time of year we'd be heading down to the southwest into the desert where the temperatures are warm and a lot more, the climate is a lot better for winter camping. It can be quite brutal, especially in the mountains in Canada, rooftop tenting for a long period of time. We've done winter camping, snow camping, we're good with that, but just imagine yourself week after week in rain and sleet and ice and snow. With without being able to travel somewhere warmer to dry out the tents and so on. It wouldn't be good. So we're glad in a way that we didn't sell the RV and we still have it with us, at least for this winter, while we see what happens in the world. And that way in, say, January or February, when things get really cold up here in Canada, we might have a shelter to go to and to dry our things out. But in the meantime, we're going to keep on exploring with the Jeeps. When we get out west, we're going to put the motorhome in storage and do all kinds of epic adventures on Vancouver Island. Oh my, that looks like a huge grizzly bear walked here this morning. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's as big as my foot.
That's a size 13.
Whoa, that is. So if I'm reading those footprints right, they look a lot like a huge bear, not a black bear. Those look like a grizzly. So we're going back to get our bear spray, and we're going to be very careful and keep Lando near. We should be all right.
After our morning hike, we started prepping for cooking our Canadian Thanksgiving dinner.
We got some charcoal on the fire here. It's smoking right now, but it'll get white hot, and then we're going to push it down into this area. And then we're thinking of digging a hole right here, big enough to bury the cast iron Dutch oven and put the turkey in there. So stick with us and we'll let you know how it turns out. Very rocky ground here, but that should do it. This is called the shank. We've shown it in a few of our videos, and it's a real handy way to use cast iron over an open fire. So step one is you put the foot down, which is that piece, and then you pound the rod in the ground, tighten it up, and then you slide this unit on top, and this can go up and down depending on how much heat you want to get on your cast iron. And then you put another one of these bolts in to put it where you want. And the nice thing is you can slide it towards you. You have this handy little thing. Pull it towards or away from the fire. We've also got an extension, which I'm not using now, but that allows you to put this part up here and if you've got a really big fire. And then finally, there's this little piece, and I'm going to turn it away. This little piece is for hanging a kettle on. Heat up some water. Whew, it's getting warm in there. Alright. I'll give it one more tap. And then you can also put a grill like that, which you've seen us cook on, and that's a really handy feature as well.
Alright, so with our turkey, we just cut the backbone out on the other side there, and we did that so we could flat cook it. It'll fit nicely into our cast iron pots there. And we just crack the backs and it sits flat, and tuck the wings and legs up and it'll sit nicely.
So we got the turkey in there, flat lay, got some herbs and butter and all kinds of yummy stuff. Now we're gonna get it on the coals. We got about 4 inches of coals down there, which are hot. And then I'm gonna pack coals around the sides and on top, and then cover it over and give it 2 hours for each pound. So it's, or no, sorry, 1 hour for every 2 pounds. So it's a 5 pounder, so we'll give it 2.5, 3 hours of heat. So let's get some coals on there. see. Give it a couple hours of cooking and it should be moist and delicious.
Lando found the warm spot. Is that warm? Protecting the turkey. Nice and hot. Ready? I'll put it down here. Whoa. It smells fabulous. Look at all the juice. Oh, that smells so good.
That looks good. It's our first in-ground cast iron turkey. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. We're just gonna get the juices here and put them in the stuffing. Make it delicious, flavorful stuffing.
Ready? Sit. Wait, sit. Whoa. Happy Thanksgiving.
After that, we drove all the way down here to Cranbrook and made our way along the bottom. It's called the Crowsnest Highway and it's just unbelievably gorgeous. We did it now with snow on the road in spots up in the high elevations, but we definitely want to drive this entire road again sometime in the summer. We made our way down to Osoyoos, which is Canada's only desert, and it's the end of the Sonoran Desert, a really unique and beautiful spot in Canada. We just came along the Crowsnest Highway. We're heading west, straight west. And this area here is really neat. It's called Osoyoos, BC, and it's the top northernmost part of the Sonoran Desert. The Sonoran Desert starts in northern Mexico and stretches all the way up through the United States, through Nevada, and all the way in Washington, right to BC, and this is just the northern tip of the Sonoran Desert. It's very unique for the rest of Canada. That's fun. Woo. Go, 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 go. Watch where you're going. Get it, boy. Are we in Arizona or in Canada? Check this place out. Good morning, it's October 19th. And just the last couple of days we were driving through the Kootenays, getting snow up in the elevations and in the passes, and things were getting very chilly up there, below zero every night. We had heard about this place called Osoyoos, BC, and here we are. And we woke up this morning and it looks like we're in somewhere in Arizona in the desert. It is the actual Sonoran Desert, and it's just amazing. It doesn't look anything like what you'd expect in Canada. So the very tip of the Sonoran Desert just pokes over the border, and this lake, Osoyoos Lake, which we'll try to show you, actually crosses the border into Washington State. So a really neat place. We look forward to exploring around here in the town. We're going to take you with us as we explore Osoyoos, BC. After that, we carried on all through here, winding our way out through Hope and down into Chilliwack, where we parked along the river. Alright, so this morning we left Osoyoos, which is dry desert and actually quite warm compared to here, and then we've worked our way through the mountain passes all day, and we're now in the middle of a mountain pass. Something so peaceful about a river. After that, we traveled right out to Richmond, BC, to the ferry, and jumped on the ferry and took a trip out to Sydney. From there, we are now on the island, and we took this route up the coast north of Nanaimo, and we're currently in beautiful Parksville, right on the water in the old growth forest here. It's October 27th and it's around 11:30 in the morning, and we're on the ferry crossing from the mainland right near Vancouver, and we're coming across to Vancouver Island. Right now we're between some of the outer islands and we'll be docking soon in Sydney. Our plan is to explore as much of Vancouver Island as we can get to. We're going to take you guys with us. We're right on the front of the boat, what they call the sun deck, and the wind is coming pretty hard, but you can see it's starting to clear up a little bit out there. It looks really nice. There's a big current. Morning, the first night on the island, we found a nice little provincial park here and spent a very quiet, beautiful night. And we just took a nice hike through the forest and went down to the water. And now we're heading farther north and head to the coast. We can't wait.
Once we set up camp in the beautiful old-growth forest along the ocean, we took a walk on the beach to plan for the epic Vancouver Island overland adventure that lay ahead.
And in the meantime, we'll see you down the road.